All right, the first thing I'm going to do is latch my seat belt. Make sure it's not ripped or frayed and it latches properly. All right, next I'm going to take care of my 10 things I can't see, and that's my 10 BC fire extinguisher and my 3 red reflector triangles. They're under the bunk, and my spare fuses or circuit breakers are in the fuse box up there in the dash. Then I'm going to check my clutch free play, make sure that I have at least 1.5 inches to 2 inches of free play in the clutch, and my shifter's not excessively loose or binding. Then I'm going to turn the truck on, making sure that the ABS light comes on and then goes back out. I depress the clutch, crank the truck, release the clutch slowly, and the ABS light did come on and go out. So my oil pressure should go from 5 to 20 psi within 30 seconds. My temperature gauge should start to rise. My ammeter or voltmeter is charging 12 to 15 volts. My air gauges, my low air warning light and buzzer indicates that I have low air pressure. It should shut off by 60 psi. All right, if my cruise control were working, I would increase my RPMs to build my air pressure faster. My driver's side window's clean, not damaged. My passenger side mirror is clean, not damaged, properly securely mounted, properly adjusted. Both windshields are clean. They have no cracks. They're free of any illegal stickers. My passenger side window's clean, not damaged. Passenger side mirror is clean, not damaged, securely mounted, properly adjusted. My heater and defroster, they're working properly. Turn my lights on, check my dash lights, my high beams, my low beams, my left turn signal, right turn signal, four-way emergency flasher indicators are all working properly. My windshield wiper arms and blades are secure. They're not damaged. They operate smoothly. And my windshield washers operate properly. They're working properly. My city horn, air horn are both working properly. And my steering wheel on a 20-inch steering wheel should have no more than 2 inches or 10 degrees of play. Now that concludes my in-cab inspection. Now I'm going to administer my parking brakes inspection. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is allow my air pressure to build up 120 to 125 psi, or maximum air pressure. I'm going to give it a little help doing that. Seatbelt on, I'm going to place the vehicle in first gear. Press the clutch and place the vehicle in first gear. I'm going to push in my yellow valve. My red valve should be out. I'm going to ease out of the clutch for 2 gentle tugs. 1, there's 2. Alright, we'll pull my yellow valve back out. This indicates to me 2 things. That my trailer parking brakes are working properly and that my truck is properly coupled to the trailer. Now I'm going to push in the red valve, and the yellow valve should still be out. With the vehicle still in first gear, I'm going to ease out on the clutch for 2 gentle tugs. Real easy. Alright. Now I'm going to pull the red valve back out. This indicates to me that my tractor parking brakes are working properly. Put my vehicle in neutral. This concludes my parking brakes inspection. Now I'm going to administer my air brakes exam. inspection. First thing, I'm going to let my air pressure build up 120 to 125 psi, or maximum air pressure. Give it a little help. Alright. Now, the first thing I will let you know is that my wheels are chocked for this exam, for this inspection. With my wheels chocked, I'm going to place my vehicle in first gear. I'm going to turn off the engine. I'm going to ease out of the clutch. I'm going to turn the switch back on to supply power to the gauges. Push in both red and yellow valves. I'm going to roll down my window. I'm listening for air leaks. This gives my gauges time to equalize after the initial pressure drop. No leaks. Now I'm going to look at my gauges. I should be losing no more than 3 psi in 1 minute.
Continue.
Okay. Now I'm going to apply the brake pressure, and I should be losing no more than 4 psi in a minute.
Continue.
Okay. And I didn't. Now I'm going to begin to fan my brake pedal. Between 90 and 60 psi, the low air warning light and buzzer should sound and appear. They must sound and appear before pressure drops below 60 psi. And of course they already have. We can hear them going. So I'm going to continue to fan my brake pedal. Between 20 and 45 psi, both valves should pop out. The red first, followed by the yellow, indicating that my spring brakes are working properly. And they did. This indicates to me that my spring brakes are working properly, and it also concludes my air brakes inspection. For my service brakes, what we'll be doing when we get ready to pull out for the road test is we'll be moving at a minimum of 5 miles per hour. With lights, with a light hand on the steering wheel, I'll apply sharp pressure to the brake pedal. And I'm checking for 3 things. I'm making sure that my service brakes work properly, that the vehicle doesn't pull to one side, and that the ABS light does not appear. Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is put on my seatbelt, make sure it's not ripped or frayed, and that it latches properly. Secondly, I'm going to make sure that my 10BC fire extinguisher, 3 red reflector triangles are in the back, and my fuses and spare circuit breakers are in the dash. Make sure that my vehicle's in neutral. I'm going to start my engine. I'm making sure that my ABS light comes on and goes out. And it did. Alright, I'm making sure to check my gauges. My oil pressure should go from 5 to 20 psi within 30 seconds. My temperature gauge should start to rise. My ammeter or voltmeter is charging 12 to 15 volts. My air gauges on the low air warning light and buzzer indicates that we have low air pressure. It should shut off by 60 psi. My depth tank gauge is working properly. I'm going to increase my engine RPMs with my cruise control to build air pressure faster. My driver's side window is clean and not damaged. The driver's side mirror is clean, not damaged, securely mounted, properly adjusted. Both windshields are clean, not cracked, free of any illegal stickers. My passenger side window is clean and not damaged. My passenger side mirror is clean, not damaged, securely mounted, properly adjusted. My heater and defroster are working properly. Let's see. Turn on my lights. Make sure that my dash lights, my high beams, my low beams, my left turn signal, right turn signal, 4-way emergency flashers or flasher indicators are all working properly. My windshield wipers My arms and blades are secure, not damaged, and they operate smoothly. And my windshield washers work properly. My city horn and air horn are both working properly. And I should have no more than 2 inches or 10 degrees of play in my 20-inch steering wheel. This concludes my in-cab inspection. Now I'm going to administer my parking brakes inspection. So firstly, I'm going to allow my truck to build, my air pressure to build 120 to 125 psi. Give it a little bit of help doing that. Okay. All right, now with my seatbelt on. All right, now with my seatbelt on, I'm going to put the vehicle in first gear. I'm going to push in my yellow valve. The red valve should be out. And I'm going to get on the accelerator for 2 gentle tugs. I'm going to pull my yellow valve back out. This indicates 2 things: that my trailer's parking brakes are working properly, and that my truck is properly coupled to the trailer. And then with my truck still in first gear, I'm going to press in the red valve. The yellow valve should now be out. And I'm going to again give it 2 gentle tugs. I'm going to pull my red valve back out. Put my vehicle in neutral. This indicates that my tractor's parking brakes are working properly. This concludes my parking brakes inspection. And now I'm going to move on to my air brakes inspection. So I'm going to again allow my vehicle to build up 120 to 125. I'm going to allow my air pressure to build up 120 to 125 psi, or maximum air pressure. And I'm going to let you know that my wheels are chocked for this exercise. Give the truck a little bit of help building up to that 120, 125 psi. Now with my wheels chocked, I'm going to put the vehicle in first gear. I'm going to turn off my engine. I'm going to turn my switch back on to resupply power to the gauges. And I'm going to push in both valves, the red and the yellow valves. I'm going to roll my window down and listen for air leaks. This gives my gauges time to equalize after the initial pressure drop. No air leaks. Now I'm going to look at my air gauges. I should be losing no more than 3 psi in 1 minute.
Continue.
All right, now I'm going to apply approximately 90 pounds of pressure, 90 psi to my brakes. And I'm looking at my air gauges, making sure I lose no more than 4 psi in a minute.
Continue.
Okay, and I did. Now I'm going to begin to fan my brake pedal. Between 90 and 60 psi, my low air warning light and buzzer should sound and appear. They must sound and appear before air pressure drops below 60 psi. And they did. Now I'm going to continue to fan my brake pedal. Between 20 and 45 psi, both valves should pop out. The red first, followed by the yellow. And they did. All right, this indicates that my spring brakes are working properly, and it concludes my air brakes test. For my service brakes, when we get ready to go out for the road test, I'll be moving at a minimum of 5 miles per hour. With light hand on the steering wheel, I'll apply sharp pressure to the brake pedal, and I'm making sure of 3 things: that my service brakes work properly, that my vehicle does not pull to one side or the other, and that the ABS light does not appear. At the conclusion of your pre-trip inspection examination, your instructor will provide you with a test score and review the test results with you, providing you information on where you may need improvement.